Okay, welcome to another video, OpenStax Astronomy. Here we will be covering Chapter 21, The Birth of Stars. And we kind of already talked about the formation of stars, and we talked about the formation of the solar system. That's much how all stars form, these huge clouds of gas that condense. And then from that stars spark. So we'll look kind of at entire nurseries here. So here is an image, the Carina Nebula. And so again, nebula just meaning large clouds of gas. And here you could see there's added some false coloration, but just so we could see all of the dense gas and dust that is surrounding there. So this extends over a few light years here. And you'll see that these gases are denser towards the center, and this is really what we're looking at is a stellar nursery. Here's another image, some pillars of dust as well, and again coloration added there. And so this is M16, which is about 7,000 light years away from us. And you can see the gas surrounding there, darker, more dense regions towards the center there. And this is also known as the Eagle Nebula. Here's another image in Orion, and you could see that visible light on the left. We just see a few faint stars there. And on the right, we're looking at it with infrared, so we could detect a lot of that, the heat coming from the gases and dust. And you can see there's a lot more visual there. Again, that red coloration added for us to be able to see it. But a lot of gas that we wouldn't see with normal visible light. And in the central region of Orion's nebula, again, you could see all of the gases on that left image there that we don't detect with visible light. So looking at it with infrared here, we're able to start seeing a lot of those stars that have already formed in the background. So when we look at these nebulas, these clouds of gas, not all stars form at the same time. You kind of have these groups or generations of them. And we see that these older groups will be more spread out. And we see this older group has expanded because of the motion, right, of those individual stars. And so the younger group will be right or closer to the molecular cloud. And so that's where we want to focus if we want to see protostars, so stars that are just about to form. And so as we discussed star formation before from these clouds of these nebulas, it contracts, right? It heats up, it rotates, it starts to spin. But what happens in this protostar stage is that we get a lot of debris that gets ejected along the two poles of the star that's about to form. So these huge stellar winds, as we see here kind of in image C. And so what we see is these huge gas jet flows of these protostars. So right before the star forms, we see a lot of debris being ejected outwards from the poles. Here's an outflow from a protostar, seen from the Hubble telescope here. And you can see out in both directions how those gases get ejected out for very large distances. And we see this kind of irregular jet flow coming out here. We think perhaps the star is wobbling, causing that complicated flow outwards. And it's probably wobbling because it has a companion star, perhaps a binary star system. And here are some more images of these protostars. So looking at these nebulas right before these stars form. And in some of these, you could see that it's completely dark in the center. And so those central regions, there's so much dust and debris there that not even infrared, looking at it in infrared, we could actually see through it. And so we see the jet flows though on the side and in very, very dark regions of dense gas and dust in the center there. And so our theory, nebula theory of how these stars form and looking at protostar, the stages right before, we're able to see a lot of observations that coincides with that.